Hey everybody, my name is Jeff Schneers and I own the Studio Creative. It's that logo here and right here. We do a lot of marketing for small businesses, live event video production, and our latest adventure has been sketch comedy with a group called Hot Cheap Comedy by Josh Gulban. We're going to dive into a little behind the scenes to show you the first episode called Morning Groove. Alright, let's get started with a little Morning Groove with Crazy Pete. Now, the first thing I want to mention is that if you haven't checked out the full episode, make sure you go to Hot Cheap Comedy's page. It's going to be linked in this post, and that's where the full episode will be. But I'm going to do a little behind the scenes just to show you what we went through to make this episode come to life. The first thing I want to say, too, is that this logo, we used Google Nano Banana to create it. And we did that because anything with sketch comedy or improv in general means that we have to think on our feet and adapt. And the day of this filming, we didn't know what the title of the episode was going to be because it had changed a few times. We didn't know who was going to play Crazy Pete because we had some scheduling conflicts with some of the actors. And so when Josh Gulban from Hot Cheap Comedy showed up, we took a photo of him, and I'll put that up here. And we put that photo into Google Nano Banana, and we said, give us an image that could be used for a morning show logo that says Morning Groove 101.9 WYOD. And base it off of the look and feel of this character. And this is what it came up with. And it did a great job. And then we enhanced it from there because everything from AI is going to be pretty low resolution to start. So we used Topaz Labs to enhance it. Then we took the logo from there and we put it into Google VO3, which is an AI video generator. And we used Google VO3 to let the logo grow. And it's kind of what you see from here to there. The logo grows, it creates itself, and we used Topaz Labs to enhance that video afterwards as well. The rest of the intro we used Adobe After Effects and Premiere to create. We did that with a couple of templates and manual adjustments, and then we dropped in this AI created logo from there. And it works out great.
And we're back! You're listening to Crazy Pete with the Morning Groove, right here on one.
The next thing that I want to say is you should recognize where he's sitting because it's exactly where I'm at right now. And this is my home studio. I, about 3 years ago, built an addition on my house, which is off to my right. And then I decided I guess I needed a second studio too, so I have two studios for some reason. And I've got a 4,000 lumen Epson projector, ultra short throw projector behind me with a screen that does a pretty good job at reducing the amount of overhead light that it intakes. Because as you know, any projector is a little difficult to work with, and it's why a lot of video people don't work with them and they prefer LED back walls. I don't have an LED back wall at the moment that I can use in this space, so I chose to use a projector, and it works pretty well. We have an overhead rail system that we use to hold all of our microphones and all of our aperture lighting that we can direct the light in such a way to where it doesn't reduce the brightness of the projector screen. And we use this for a lot of backgrounds behind different scenes that we film that require someone to be waist up. We can put anything back there. We put a lot of videos back there. We recently started trying to do a little bit with Unreal Engine and putting some graphics back there so that can be camera tracked, and it works pretty great. To show you an example real quick of the difference in the lighting, I do have overhead lighting in this room, but we don't use it, and we use only these aperture lights because if I have the overhead lights on, you see the difference. Alexa, turn the lights on. So this is with all the lights on. As you can see, it looks very washed out, not cinematic, and not nearly as cool as Crazy Pete. So that's why we use only the aperture lights, and we have full control over that. It's on an overhead system, which I'll show a photo of, so we can move it all around. Alexa, turn the lights off. And now I'm back to looking cool. Not as cool as Crazy Pete, but kind of cool. So we'll move on here, and I'll skip ahead a little bit.
101.9 W.
The next scene that we actually cut to
Are listening to 101.9
he's actually in front of a green screen, which is directly
WYLD
across from me in the
Toledo's
studio
home of
space.
easy listening.
And we used Google Nano Banana to create a background. Same process that we did for Crazy Pete. A photo of him that we put into Google Nano Banana that said, generate a background that could be a sound studio. Use the Morning Groove logo that you created before and put it behind him just to keep the same spatial awareness in there. And then we added a PNG transparent image of a microphone off to the side of him just to give a little depth to the image.
Soft rock
and it kind of works. I'll show you a quick before and after. Here's the before, and here's the after and it works out pretty good.
Right, hey, we want to hear from the crazy army out there. Why don't you call on in and tell
His
us
first caller
what's your...
is actually pretty fun. We ended up taking
Question for you
same
is-
process with her.
Sorry.
Only I wanted to create a little bit of movement and have
Caller
that
number 1,
witchy
you're on
feel.
the air.
Yes,
involved.
hello.
So-
My name.
We start, instead of with just an image, we start with a video behind her, and we motion track her a little bit to make it look like the camera is panning, but she's standing in place.
name is Zoya.
Hey, Zoya, what's happening?
My question
And then we had a
for
little bit
you
of a depth
is,
of field
Oh,
blur
sorry,
because
hey,
these lights, originally these lights were like very sharp, and little details like that make a big difference between like suspending your disbelief, we say, and pulling you into the scene just enough. So we did that, added a little bit of background music, as you can see in the full episode, but then when she comes back into the picture here, she starts walking towards the camera, and then we intentionally add even more of a
Zoya,
depth of
how the
blur
hell- Hey, it's good to have you
as
back,
she walks
but I
forward
think
here,
you
and
missed
that's
today's
just to continue with the
The
illusion,
truth.
because everyone can relate. If you hold your phone up to your face, the background's going to be a little bit blurred, and so
is where your
you don't
pain
notice it.
is, Peter.
But if we didn't do it, you would notice that, and that would be a bad
well,
thing. So
Oh, looks like
little bit
we
of depth
lost
of
old
blur
Z.
in there.
We're gonna keep things moving here.
Crazy
Hey, caller
Pete's having a
number
good
3.
time.
What's your
you
name?
notice during the entire episode, Crazy Pete starts losing it a little bit more and more as the show starts to be derailed and it's out of his control.
Name and your holiday treat.
Hey, Crazy Pete.
This was a
is
great
Lou from
one.
Toledo.
Again, we filmed this just with the green
Long-time listener,
screen.
First-time caller.
The lighting
Big
worked
Lou,
out very
what's
well.
going on?
We have some
Well,
Easter eggs
I
in the
haven't really thought
background
about
too.
it, but I think I'd rather be burned alive. Freezing takes too long. I ain't got time for that.
Oh, not you too, Lou. You're
And
gonna
we
make
put a little
Crazy
bit of
Pete
music
go
just off to the
insane.
side
well,
to sound
I'm
like
sorry.
he's calling in, and there might be a little bit of music in his house for a little lively atmosphere and just
I'm
to give a
sorry.
little bit of a
That
different
nice
feel
girl
to
Zoya
pull into the character.
Really got me thinking.
Okay. Hey, sorry everybody. Looks like Lou had to step off.
So now Crazy Pete's just trying to get things back together. He's going to go to the next caller. This one was a really fun one. We ended up, this guy chooses to freeze rather than burn, he says.
I'm of a freeze to death guy, you know? Like, just let me chill out to the end, you know?
And we ended up adding a video behind him, but also some smoke in front of him just to create a
just let
little
me
bit of
chill
that
out to the end,
atmosphere. Just
Caller
pulls you
number
into the
5!
picture. This was really funny. They asked me to be eating a piece of pizza while I was talking, and I chose not to let this have any background music at all because I just wanted kind of a hard cut feel. And as the episode moves on, it's pretty smart the way it was scripted. That's a plug for Josh Gulban, because it has shorter moments and it keeps your attention span as each call goes on. If each call was 3 minutes long, it would be getting pretty dry. But you have these quick bursts of moments that are also
Yes,
different.
you're live on the air.
Hello. Is this Zoya in the morning?
I'm so excited,
Can I talk to Zoya?
Oh,
like innocently
looks
excited.
like we're having some trouble with the phones at 101.9, home of Easy.
So then this next scene here, real quick, was an outdoor
Jeremy Cox
scene.
is down there as
Just
we
filmed in
speak.
front of our
Hey,
green
Jeremy,
screen.
what's shaking that B-dubs? Hey!
Obviously, this one is very obviously a green screen, but it doesn't really matter. It's a comedy sketch, and it's
Crazy Pete, we're here at Buffalo Wild
known that
Wings.
this is
We're
a
setting up
green
great
screen
event
thing,
with our
so it
head
works
cook.
out pretty well. We added some
Rob, are you
background
excited for our
noise,
event tonight?
a little bit of car
I
noise
can't
in the
wait.
background too.
I've been listening to you guys forever.
And the performance
This
is what you
gonna
look
be
at. These
awesome,
guys
man.
are so into
I do
it.
want
It
to
really
say, I don't know if
pulls you into
Zoya's
the
been
characters.
considered maybe getting chopped up instead. Maybe it's a cook thing, but something about a butcher's knife.
No, Jeremy, cut!
And something I haven't mentioned yet is we filmed all of this in one take. So in the studio, we have the background that I'm sitting in, which is where Crazy Pete's at. But then across from us, we have the green screen where these actors walk into place and react live to the way Crazy Pete's reacting. And we do that rather than separate takes, because if it was separate takes, if you cut it together, you're going to notice. And this way they can play off of each other, and each time that we do a full run through, they can react a little differently, and at the end of the day, we end up having one smooth take that is just from beginning to end with everybody just playing their part.
Cut it!
All right, back to you, Pete, but something you may want to consider is adding Butchered Alive to your list.
It's not my list. Good. Hey, let's get wild.
That's our
We're gonna
favorite
be
part.
right back after we pay some bills and
You
hear
just
from
can't
our
handle
sponsors.
it anymore. And then here, just a little bit of music off to the side, as you can tell in the full episode when you watch it on Hot Chip Comedy's page. just to sound like they cut.
All right, Crazy
off-
Army, we're
offset.
back on the air live. Crazy Pete talking to you, and I got some news that moves and grooves. But first, I got a huge announcement. I can't believe this. It just happened over the break. But WYLD, why don't you say hi to your new co-host?
And we film with multiple cameras too, so when we do things like this, we had actually 3 cameras we were using. We're all using Sony FX3s, a Sony FX30, and a Sony A1 we have in the mix. A couple of other things that we use it from time to time, but we sync them all so that it's very easy to cut and keep the post-production really quick.
Thank you, Peter. It is almost time
And with her,
for
we bring back
traffic
a little
and
bit of that
weather
original
together.
music.
It seems so sweet, it is like pain and pleasure. But first, I want to hear from our callers. You're on the air with Zoya in the morning and my assistant, Dark Horse Peter, on 101.9 WRIP.
Caller number 6, help!
And cut right to that logo outro. And this logo we actually generated originally with Nano Banana and then Google VO3 as well. And then did some cleanup because the original it gave us wasn't landscape like this. So we did a little bit of alterations from there. But the real benefit of using certain AI tools is that I could not have created this. And I've done video production for 20 years and editing and everything. And I could not have done this in any shape or form without just using Google VO3 to create it. I would have blown the entire budget just trying to make this. So it turned out great. It's perfect for social media and for these types of things. And there you have it. Hot Cheap Comedy. Make sure you check out the full episode on Hot Cheap Comedy's page. Like I said before, it's tagged in this post. And if you have any questions, make sure you reach us in the comments. And we'll see you next time.